over to BBC Three and BBC iPlayer for a new comedy called Things You Should Have Done. And here's a clip.
It's your parents, Lucia. They have unfortunately passed on.
Well, do you know if they're all right, or...?
The house goes to my daughter Lucia on the condition that she completes the list of things I've written down. How come she has to do things that you've written down?
Yes, so this is a new comedy on BBC Three, and it's, as a lot of comedies that we kind of review, it's sort of tainted by sadness, I suppose, or it starts with sadness. So it's written by Big Boy's Lucia Keskin, and it sees the comedian playing a girl called Chi, who's a very lazy girl. She's a complete layabout, completely reliant on her parents, from Ramsgate in Kent. And her only bit of exercise is opening a packet of crisps or putting her feet up on the sofa. She sort of epitomises every teenager around, and worse, and some really. But it's tainted by sadness because she finds out that her parents, who she relies on completely to do absolutely everything for her, admitting that she is a stay-at-home daughter, her parents have a very untimely end, and there's a police will turn up at her house to let her know this has happened, and even that doesn't it does faze her, but she kind of doesn't really know what they mean. And so they read the will. She goes to the reading of the will, and the parents have left her the house, but on the proviso that she does a whole list of things, which means she's got to get off the sofa. She's got to go and do something in order to be able to keep a roof over her head. So each episode sees her Chi tackle an item on that list, and the first one we see is her attempting to learn to drive, and she doesn't have any social skills or any awareness. I mean, honestly, what's gone on in her childhood as to how she's led to being like this, anybody's guess. But she struggles with trying to sort of sort any life admin out, because it's all been done for her. And then you see a sort of relationship between her and this driving instructor who, who's called Gary, played by Steve Brodie. And she kind of accosts him. He's got to teach her how to drive. She doesn't know how to go about the correct way to perhaps find a driving instructor. And it's quite a nice relationship between the two, albeit frustration on his part, but you kind of see her grow. So it is funny in places, and anyone who's got a teenager will probably look at their teenager slightly better afterwards, because it makes most teenagers look like a saint. What do you think, Ian?
I really liked it. To me, it sounded like the arrival of a new comedy voice with a original style. Parts of it are a little bit surreal, because she sort of has these conversations with herself where she's not exactly hallucinating, but these little figures appear and they have a chat. And at one point, the ghosts of her mum and dad reappear, and her dad's mysteriously got a mullet, and just quirky little things like that. And it kind of reminded me a little bit of Daisy May Cooper's character in This Country, and a little bit of Steph Lets Flats, the Jamie Demetriou comedy, just because it's so different. And everything in it is so unexpected, but there's some great one-liners. It's very quirky. It's really different. I mean, I absolutely loved it. And the way she gets involved with this driving instructor, when she's trying to tick off the first thing on the list, which is learn how to drive, she steps out in front of a learner driver during a lesson and then just gets in the back seat and then just gets involved in this poor guy's life. It's terrific. It's just so fresh and new, and I thought it was delightful.